Hey, great to be here, Backbenchers 2017, and do come for a glass of wine or a beer or a meal, 6 p.m. Wednesday nights. Because it has been such big news in the last 24 hours, we'll just jump into that question again. What do the audience perhaps make of the new Labour leadership? I'll just jump to Charlotte.
Well, it's interesting who I find in the audience tonight. Mr. Tamati Coffey, familiar face for many New Zealanders. How are you?
Very good, thank you, very good.
Well, I mean, you are a Labour member, right?
I'm a Labour candidate as well, yep.
For what?
For the Waiariki electorate, which covers Tauranga, Rotorua, Whakatane, Taupo. It's the only Māori electorate that we don't have, and this year we're going to get it back.
Do you think the leadership change gives you more chance of doing that?
Oh, absolutely. Just in the last 24 hours, had countless conversations with people around my electorate, and all of them are really supportive of the new combination. They say it presents a fresh, dynamic face to the party, and it gives us hope. And I don't care that it's 8 weeks out from the election, because as Kiwis, we leave shit to the last minute all the time.
It's that pressure, doesn't it? Were they as supportive about Andrew Little, say yesterday, if you'd spoken to them?
Say that question again?
Were they as supportive of Andrew Little if you'd spoken to them yesterday?
Not, and I'll say this honestly, no, and I don't know why, because Andrew's a good guy. He's a good guy with a good history, and he's always fought for the rights of workers, but unfortunately it wasn't cutting through. So the party made the decision, and I think it's the right one.
It cuts through with Jacinda.
Yeah, lots of cut through with Jacinda, but also Kelvin as well. You know, having a Māori in that 2IC position gives our Māori voters real confidence that actually Labour doesn't take the Māori vote for granted, that actually we've got somebody sitting at that top table.
Awesome. Let's talk. Should we talk cats, Wallace?
yeah. Actually, more importantly, I want to actually ask Richard Prosser about cats. So forget about that. New Zealand has 1.4 million cats, too many for the councils. They want the government involved, and they want a national strategy to deal with these hordes of cats. Australia's got it. Richard Prosser, is that a good idea?
No, leave the cats alone.
Do you
honestly.
have a cat?
I've got 2 cats, yes.
What are their names?
There's Hazel and...
Winston, okay. All right.
And Juliet.
Maureen, do you have a cat?
No, I do not, because I have birds.
Okay, all right, okay.
I live in the bush.
So,
I'm surrounded by tui, fantail, I love my birds, so...
Okay,
yeah.
Good on you.
I've planted about 3,000 trees just for the birds.
All right, so you're a cat hater. Do you...
No, I didn't say that.
You're a cat hater.
No.
Do you like Gareth Morgan, you and Gareth Morgan, do you support...
I've never been put together with Gareth Morgan
Do you
before.
support a national cat strategy for Aotearoa?
Look, that's why the local government has already got the powers to bring in bylaws, and they
Not
can do
enough
it otherwise.
powers. Marama, do you have a cat?
I had a lovely cat called Luna, and I cried when I found her in the street and had passed away. It was heartbreaking. Yeah. So.
Oh, God, I'm actually quite
No,
sad.
bring us back out of there. Bring us back out of there. No,
Oh.
bring us back out of there. The RSPCA put out a good management plan, things like desexing and microchipping, where we can look after the well-being of cats and minimise their environmental impacts, look after birds as well. Central government has to do this, though. They're leaving local government to pick up the kitty litter. So central government, get in there, do your job.
All right, Michael Wood. Now, I do know you told me off air that you've got a chicken.
Yeah.
Do you have a cat?
We've got a chicken and a cat that cohabitate very nicely. Love cats, love cat videos.
What's the cat's name?
Cat memes.
What's the cat's name?
Cat's called Scarlet.
Yep.
The cats are good. The cats are safe under Labour. I just want to assure people of that.
The cats are safe under Labour. So would you support what Australia does and have microchipping and a cat curfew?
Yeah, if you want to change, I've tried to have a cat curfew at our house. If we can find people who can enforce it, then great, but good luck.
On a more serious note, what about the native birds? You hear Maureen Pugh supporting our indigenous wildlife. What about that?
Well, that's where we should be actually putting more resources into controlling feral cats, which are actually the problem.
Exactly.
Don't worry about people who've got cats in town. Worry about the feral cats that are actually doing the damage, and that's where the funding for DOC and other agencies comes into it.
Feral cats are probably the second most numerous predator out there
And
after
where do you
rats.
think the feral
And look,
cats
if,
come
if
from?
there was
I
if
know
there was
my
a
pets-
problem, if there was a genuine problem, they'd be part of this predator-free 2050 thing, and they're not.
Yeah,
They're
well,
just not
they've been-
mentioning
they've
it
been
because the
catching them in
government
Wanaka.
knows that people are going to reject it. Cats are not. Look, cats have been here for as long as Europeans. They've done all the damage they're already going to do. They're established. There's a balance out there. It's not one that is
Okay.
ideal, but it's there. If they're a problem, they'd be on the 2050 list, and they're not.
All
Leave,
right,
leave
Richard.
the cats alone.
They've been
Okay,
catching
leave-
them in Wanaka under the 2050
Leave the, hang
program.
on, Maureen. Let's go. Let's go to Charlotte.
Yes, I found Corinne, I hear that you're a total cat person.
I absolutely love my cats, yes. We have 2 cats in our household. They're both spayed and microchipped. And in fact, we have a table full of cat lovers here tonight.
So do you think there should be a cat tax? I mean, do we need to get rid of our cats? Do we need to control them?
Gareth Morgan needs to leave the cats alone and needs to leave the phoenix alone, 2 things that are very dear to my heart. I don't think we need a cat tax. I think that Pablo and Bessie, they catch rats. They don't catch birds. They're microchipped. And
Do they have bells?
no, you don't put bells on them because they get stuck in trees and branches.
How do you know they don't get fantails, though?
They don't get fantails. Well, I've never found any.
You hope, yeah. Interesting. Anyone here? What do you think of cats? You're completely avoiding me. No.
I don't have any cats.
Do you think cats, we need to be more hard out and kind of restrict them in New Zealand?
Possibly because of the birds.
Yes, because of the birds. Excellent. Thank you, Wallace.
All right, very good. Now stay with us. The quiz is up next. Hashtag backbenchers with an ES. More soon.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.